Good morning, College Math Topics. And if you know, you know. Bonjour. Today, we have 3 things that I'm looking for you guys to get done. In OneNote, you should see under class notes 5, finding a missing data, 6, survey questions, and 7, box plots. I'm going to do an example from number 5, set you up with number 2, and then I'm going to ask you guys to finish the rest of the problems on this page. You guys are going to work on these multiple choice problems. We'll talk about them next class. And then you're going to read this review on box plots and answer these practice problems below. So that's the goal for today. Now, for finding a missing data, say it's the end of the semester and you want to know, what do I need on this test so that I can have a certain grade to pass that test, or if I want to get an A in the class, what grade do I need? These are questions that often show up on SATs, and I wanted to do one with you just to give you guys an idea. So number 1, Quinn's test scores are a 95, a 90, and an 83. Not bad, Quinn. What must he score on his next test to have an average score of a 90? So he wants to have a 90 average. We got 3 of his 4 grades, and we want to find out what his 4th test score must be. So take a guess. What do you think he's got to score? Yeah, all right. Let's see if you're right. So there's a lot of ways you can kind of go about this, but here's how I'm going to work this one out. We know the scores are 95, 90, and 83, and we want to find out what the last score is. So I'm going to say X is the 4th test grade. So to find the average, you add up all the numbers divided by the amount of numbers you have. So the grades are 95, 90, 83, and something in a 4th grade. I don't know what it is. But to find the average of 4 numbers, you add them up, divide by 4, and that's how you find the average. And we want the average to be a 90. So what we're doing now is just solving for x. What value of x would make this equation true? So first thing I'm going to do is add 95 plus 90 plus 83. So I'm going to just do that over here on the side. So the first 3 grades add up to 268. Now, to undo dividing by 4, I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. So if the average of 4 grades is a 90, that means all 4 grades have to add up to 90 times 4, have to add up to 360. So if all 4 of your grades add up to 360, what must this last grade be? So if we subtract 268 on both sides, $360 minus 268. If any of you guessed 92, you'd be correct. Quinn needs a 92 on his last grade. If he scores a 92, then he'll have a 90 average of those 4 tests. So that's number 1 with Quinn. Now Desiree over here doesn't have the same grades as Quinn does. And Desiree is just hoping for an 80 average. So for Desiree's situation here, let's move this up a little bit. Let's make it smaller. All right, there we go. Desiree's scores are 77, 90, 66, and 82. What does she need on the last test in order to have an 80 average on her test? We have her 4 grades. We want to know what do we need on the last test so that the average is an 80. So same idea here. If I add up all these numbers, I want the average to be 80. So you add them all up and divide by the amount of numbers, and you want that to be equal to 80. So the numbers that we have are 77, a 90, a 66, an 82, and whatever we got on the last test, we want the average of those grades to be an 80. So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 test scores, we divide it by 5, and I want that average to be an 80. So similar to what we did up here, I want you guys to solve for that, figure out x is, and then also do number 3. 3 through 6. So for today, I want you guys to practice doing that. Once you finish that, you're going to come back into OneNote and read these survey questions. It's a little bit of reading, but I want you guys to try your best on it. So you're going to work through these survey questions. And then after that, you're going to read this review on what a box plot is, and then answer these questions below and we'll talk about some of the stuff in class as a review. Anyways, make sure to ring the bell for notifications, and if you like the video, smash that like button. And if you have any questions, I'd love to check them out on the comment section. This video is also brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Join today. If I can get up to a couple dozen subscribers, maybe I'll make a special video featuring a collaboration with one of the celebrities that I'm friends with. Anyways, au revoir.